Okay, we are live. Welcome to the Wolfpack Inner Circle Hangout Mastermind. That's right, Wolfpack. Thanks thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for jumping on here. Who's going to jump on over the next hour. For everybody watching review, the replay. Thanks for jumping on here and we get on these things weekly, even if it's just the three of us to start, to try to motivate, inspire, and get you guys moving to be able to help you get started, teach you a little bit about what to do in the early stages of your business, and then over time we'll progress to the middle and later stages of your business and help you every step of the way. So the three of us comprise the Wolfpack. I'm Mark Shankman, if you don't know me. We've got Sean on the, I guess, are you on top left for you too, Sean? Like, are you?
I'm on, well, for me.
Are you on the bottom now?
So I'm to your left right now.
Okay, all right. And then Chris Brindamore down here, at least for me. I don't know if you guys see different stuff than I do.
Yeah, mine's different.
Yeah, okay. So
Sean's
anyway,
on the bottom, I'm right. So,
all right. So Mark, Sean, and Chris comprise the Wolfpack. And you are here because you are personally sponsored by one of us. So we appreciate you guys, and we want to help you every step of the way. So we're going to get rolling here. I'll let each of these guys just say a quick spiel before I start, yammering on for much longer, because I'll do that.
All right, I guess I'll go next. So I'm Sean Boynton, part of the Wolfpack team. Been online for about 4.5 years now. Dedicated before that, I was doing more offline marketing, products and different things like that. So got involved with the team here in Project Apex is what we're part of, but it's something that we're working on together. And we're, working as a team. We're hoping to help you. We want to give you a lot of good information to help you in your business so that we can help you succeed and go to the next level. Been doing this for a long time, so I know what it takes to be consistent and find out, the things you need to know in order to kind of make it. And a lot of people need that guidance. So that's what we're here for. And I hope we can kind of give you that, that information to help you get to the next steps. So with that, I'll pass it on to Chris.
Hey everybody, Chris Brindamore. So similar to Sean, I started online about 4.5 years ago. Done a number of things over the years. And one of the things that really attracted me to this business is it's something that you can do with whatever spare pockets of time you have. It doesn't matter the time of day, because it's really a 24/7 business. It runs all the time, whether or not you're actively participating at that time, which is another great thing, is you can do this business from anywhere. Anywhere you have an internet connection, you can have a phone or a laptop and be able to do this. So you're not tied down to any particular location. You could be traveling, you could be on vacation, whatever it may be, and still be able to do this business. The other thing I like about it is I can build it with my wife and my family from home, and I'm not running off to an office somewhere. I'm home. We can work together and work with these guys. We all live fairly close to each other, which is kind of an added bonus. I never really had that before, so this is great that we've kind of formed this team. We bounce things off each other. We all have different experience, different skill sets, and we can share that. 3 heads are better than one, right? So we can share all that knowledge with you. Whether or not you're on, obviously you're on one of our teams, but together we can help the whole group rise. And we're actually part of a bigger group. It's the #1 team in digital altitude. So you're in great company. And everything we learn, we're going to share with you guys. So you're going to benefit from the knowledge of not just one person, but 3 of us. Right? Mark. The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. That's dangerous. I don't know if you want to do that.
Can we put a stopwatch on you?
Yeah, actually, no, I'm glad you guys started off the way you started off, because I just realized you all told your story and I didn't tell mine. And so I'm going to tell a little bit about my story and then go into some of the stuff that I wanted to kind of talk about anyway, but it's a perfect sort of segue. So I'm an oral surgeon by trade. I have my own practice. I have 4 kids. And I was a single dad for quite a while. It's weird actually not saying I'm a single dad anymore, because for like 4 years I was a single dad. I'm happy to report I'm recently remarried and very happy at home. But you know, have 4 kids to raise, and one of the things that I realized about running my own oral surgery practice, you know, you guys might be looking at someone like me and saying, "Wow, he's a doctor, he has his own practice. You know, what the hell is he doing here?" Right? People look at it and say, you know, people usually come here and they go, you know, I'm broke, I need money. How do I make money online? Well, you know, I make a good living for myself, but what I realized was that every minute and every hour that I'm spending in the office is another minute, hour, and day, and week, and year that I'm not with my kids and I'm not doing the things that I want to do. So I quickly realized there was another way, and digital altitude is the other way. Online marketing is the other way. And when I started looking at some of the people in the business and what they were doing and the kind of lifestyle that they were leading, you know, I quickly realized, and if you read, and I'm going to quote Robert Kiyosaki for a minute, you know, when you're self-employed, when you're an owner of your own business, really what winds up happening is you own your job. Like, although I own my practice, if I'm not in the office, I'm not producing. If I'm not producing, the office makes no money. If the office makes no money, I can't afford my staff. I can't afford to, you know, to operate a business, right? So I'm required to be there even more than if you're an employee. I love when my employees, you know, call out sick or take vacation time, and I can barely find the time or the way of doing those things. So, you know, I quickly realized that I own my own job, and I'm no different than anybody else working a 9 to 5. And I realized there was a better way, and this is it. So I want to talk about 3 things when it comes to how you're going to become successful in this and in life. All right. The first thing is you've got to know what your why is. And we just kind of talked about that a little bit. These guys told you a little bit about what they've been doing and why they want to do it briefly. They can maybe go into that a little bit more later on. But, you know, my why is to retire from my oral surgery practice. I've been slaving away doing that for a long time, and it's breaking me down mentally and physically, and I just want out. And I realized that this was a better way to live your life. I want to be home with my kids. I want to inspire them to become entrepreneurs. I want them to learn to find their passion in life and then how to monetize that and never work a day in their lives. Because honestly, if you do what you love to do, you never work a day in your life. Doesn't matter whether you make $0 or $1 million a year. If you do what you love doing, you're never working, right? So, so your why is the first really important point. And usually your why has to be something outside yourself. It's not really enough to say, I just want to make $10,000 a month. Doesn't mean anything. You know, why do you want to make $10,000 a month? How is that going to change your life? You know, think about what if I simply gave you $10,000 a month for just doing this business. If you never made $1 in the business, but I said, if you do one activity every single day, even if you make no money, I'll give you 10 grand every single month. How would that change your life? What would that do for you? Would that allow you to travel more? Would it allow you to quit your full-time job? Would it allow you to stay home with your children? Would it allow you to, you know, buy the kind of car you want, the kind of house you want? So those are the things that you want to focus on. And honestly, it's even more powerful. It's even more, it even drives you more if that why becomes something outside yourself. So the why is number 1. Number 2 is taking action. You've got to take daily, consistent action. And one of the things that I've been talking about, like if you guys follow me on Facebook, one of the things I've been talking about recently is it's not just enough to take action. You've got to take action and do things that produce a result. You know, there are some people that you've met in your life that they are constant motion every moment of every day. And if you look at the end of the day or the end of the time that you're with them, what they've actually accomplished, usually it's not a whole hell of a lot, because they're just buzzing around doing stuff, but they're not actually doing anything that creates a result. Or like if you have a business and you're just doing lots of stuff, but that stuff doesn't make you any money, then you're not developing actions that create results. So you want to create action that creates those results. And then the third thing I think is really critical too, and only 3% of people in the world actually ever do this, is creating goals for yourself. And you have to have written goals, because the written goals are the roadmap, the blueprint, the way to get from point A to point B. And I love the analogy of, you can have the most beautiful boat. You can have the biggest, most gorgeous yacht. And if you want to get to a specific destination and you just crank the motor up and let the thing go wherever it wants, or if it's a beautiful sailboat and you just let the wind take you wherever you're going to go, and you have no means of controlling the direction of your travels, then the odds are you're never going to get to the destination where you want to be, right? So you've got to have someone who's steering the ship. You've got to have a map. The goals are your map. So you set the goals based on your why. You then create the goals that allow you to take actions that get results. And you use those goals as your roadmap to figure out how. Because initially, you don't have to worry about how you're going to do something. You don't have to know a single thing on how to build this business. What you have to know is what your why is. Why are you doing this? Why are you never going to give up? Because that's what it takes. And create the goals that you want for yourself, and then those goals teach you the necessary action steps to get the results that you want. So 3 things: your why, you're taking action on a daily, consistent basis, and writing down your goals. It's not enough to just speak them. It's not enough to just think about them. It's not enough to just say, I want to make $10,000 a month so I can retire from my job. That's not enough. You've got to write it down. You've got to dig in deep, figure out why you want those things, and write them down, and then speak them. Because when you start to speak them, you create that belief in yourself, and that allows you to achieve anything and everything you ever wanted. So I hope that gets you motivated and inspired and pumped up and jazzed and ready to go for these guys to take you to the next step, to the next, the next level. All right, I don't know who wants to go next, but I've said my piece.
I think I'm next up, right?
Sure.
I think so.
So I got a little challenge for everybody. I thought about this today, kind of just popped into my head. Things like ideas pop in your head once in a while. So I'm going to run with this. So I did this years ago after an event I went to, and I challenge everybody watching this video to do this. All right. It takes some time to do this exercise. So sit down and write out in detail what your perfect day would be. Time and money were unlimited to you. So if you didn't have to worry about how much time you had or how much money you had, what would your perfect day be? What would you do? What would you see? What are the sounds you hear as that perfect day is going on? What are the smells that are going on? Write it out in as much detail. Use it as much sentence as you can, and get as detailed as you possibly can. I came back from an event, and it actually took me I thought I'd whip it out in a couple hours, and it took me better part of a week to really dig deep and get detailed about things. And so write out what your perfect day would be. If you weren't limited by time or money, what would you do? So I'm going to challenge you guys with that, because that's going to paint a picture that is going to be embedded in your head that you're going to strive towards. So that's a great exercise for you to do. All right, I'm going to move on here. We don't want to babble too long. I'm going to give you a quick tour of your back office. Hopefully you've been there, but I'm gonna steer you around a little bit, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit something new. And I don't want to overwhelm you with everything here. So let me know. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, we got you.
So this is the screen you should see when you log into your back office, your digital altitude back office. Just a little bit about this. So Michael Force spent a year developing this whole program based on years and years of experience in the industry. And, you know, he's definitely a multiple seven-figure earner. So he took the best of everything he learned over the course of his lifetime in this industry, and he put it all in here. So what you're looking at is something that is many, many, many years in the making. But he actually spent the year developing this digital altitude, the back office, and everything you see here. And he actually is constantly making it better. I've seen this improve tremendously in the year and a half that this company's been around. So when you log in, if you haven't done so already, the first thing you're going to want to do is contact your coach. So you can see here I got my coach. Your coach is probably different. Actually, you're going to have a startup coach when you first log in, but you'll have a button that says contact your coach. So you want to hit that button, and they're going to be a little introduction here about who they are, and then there should be a button somewhere or a link that says book call. Oh, by the way, you want to make sure you have Skype, because all the coaches like to communicate on Skype. So make sure if you don't have it already, you download Skype. So once you've done that, you hit this book call button, and a calendar is going to pop up. It's going to tell you what their availability is. So in your case, you know, you're going to be booking your first meeting after working for your coach. It's a 15-minute meeting, and click on that, and their calendar is going to pop up. It's going to ask you what country you're in, your time zone. And you want to make sure that, you know, they are going to call you on whatever time you pick. So you want to make sure that you are around and available when they call. Because these guys work really, really hard. They're working really hard for you. You know, these guys, some of these guys are making 50, 100 calls a day. So you don't want to miss the time slot. So if I was booking a call, you know, today's, you could see that he's already booked in the rest of this week. So the first available day is actually Monday. So that's one reason why you want to book a call right away, is get on their calendar. So you can see they got some time slots available. You pick your time slot, and you want to make sure that you are available at that time slot when they call. So let me back up. So that's first step really, is book your call with your coach. They're going to open steps. Usually they open them like 2 or 3 steps at a time. You're going to go through those steps. There's going to be homework you're going to have to do, and then you set up another meeting with your coach. You know, if you want to go fast, what I would recommend doing is as soon as they open up steps, book that next call, and that gives you a goal. You know, if you're booking a call, say 2 days away, it gives you 2 days to do everything that they assign you to do. So it's going to push you along quicker. But they're going to walk you through. There's 18 steps in total they're going to walk you through. And they're going to open them at your pace. So like I said, 2 or 3 at a time. You're going to jump on a call. They're going to make sure you comprehend those steps before they open up more steps. So it's a good kind of check and balance. And if you have any questions along the way, the coach is going to be there available to answer. This coach is invaluable, having this coach. I mean, I wish I had this when I started. I don't know about you guys. I know we were both in similar businesses, and this coaching was not available. You know, I'd log into my back office, there'd be like 50 training modules, and I had no idea where to start, what to do, and then if I had questions, there was nobody to turn to. You know, I could go to my sponsor, but my sponsor wasn't always available. Coaches, you know, you can book a call, they're going to be available. You can hit them up on Skype, you can email them. So it's a tremendous resource. And the best thing is, you know, think about this, not only for you, but once you start bringing on team members, they're not constantly asking you questions. You know, if you bring in 100 people, you're not going to want 100 people chasing you for answers. The coaches are going to take care of all that for you. So you're not tied down to a phone or Skype because your team's growing. You know, you're able to have some flexibility, some time freedom. So once you've gone through all your steps, and they're going to pop up as they open. So you can see there's a total of 18 different steps, and they're going to open them, like I said, 2 or 3 at a time. Once you've gone through all those steps, I'm just going to kind of jump around a little bit. In the program, there's all kinds of different programs and training in here in the back office. Beside the home tab, you got a product tab where all your steps are. They got the core products: base, rise, ascend, peak, and apex, as well as traffic. So there's 2 different traffic tabs you can go to: ClickSleeve or My Traffic Secretary. And again, your coaches are going to help you steer you in this direction. And then there's also the agency, which is like a branding. So if you want to brand yourself, there's products available that you can utilize to help brand yourself. The tab that I know I probably spend the most time on, and you guys will probably spend the most time on, is My Business. So in here is going to be all your marketing links, your ads, your campaigns, autoresponders, which Sean's going to touch on a little bit what that is. And again, coaches are available to help with all this. Also here we got a leaderboard. I'm just going to pop over there really quick. So the leaderboard is going to have the top 10 leaders for the last 7, last 30, and the last 6 months for 3 different categories: for top income earners, for new member sales, and for top Rise sales. So Rise is like our first upgrade product, and it's a really good indicator of how your business is doing. So there's a whole bunch of people on all these leaderboards from our team. You know, Jesse Singh, Marvin Beanie, who else is on here? I know on the other list there's other members here. Aaron and Sarah, Alex Zubarev. These guys are all on our team, and they're available as resources to us. Also, besides, so we went through this tab pretty much. So there's a rank, actually my sponsor. So you can click on that tab. It's going to give you your sponsor, how you can get in touch with your sponsor. Again, you should work primarily with your coach, but feel free to reach out to your sponsors. Some sponsors, I'm going to say, are more active, like we are. We're very active with our teams. Other sponsors tend to stay in the background. So depending on who you're bringing in, if you're one of us, we're all active. You're going to have a rank. There's an earnings tab. You can track your earnings. This tab is great. The team is going to list all the team members as they come on board. You're going to be able to see comments from coaches in there and what step they're on. So you're going to be able to track the progress of your teammates there. One awesome bonus that we have is a dream car. So as you build your business and start growing, you can qualify to get a car paid for by Digital Altitude, right? That's a pretty cool bonus. And then there's also financing. So I know a lot of people struggle with maybe coming up with money for some of the products. There's a whole host of different financing options that you can click on that tab. There's an events tab with all the events that are coming up. So we just announced yesterday, I believe, the Apex event, but twice a year they have what's called a Marketing Mastery event. So we just came back from one a little over a month ago in Las Vegas, where we all got to hang out together. Actually, we all brought our wives, so it was pretty cool. We got to we had a lot of fun, right, guys? We had a lot of fun hanging out in Vegas. The last tab here is, so again, here's your coach tab. There's a whole training calendar. So I don't know if you can see that, guys. It's behind your pictures right now on my side, but so there's a training calendar, and there's daily calls that you can jump on. You know, every day, Monday through Thursday, there's a wake-up call. And then on Fridays, they have Inside Digital Altitude. There's a whole, if you open that up, there's a whole list. There's at least one call every day during the week. Some days there's a call in the morning and there's a call at night. But one of the things that's really, and you can access all these calls. They're all recorded. You can go back to them at any time and listen to them. So if you happen to miss one, or if you really like the particular call, you can go back to it at any time. But the other thing that is just chock full of knowledge is this recorded training. And I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I just want to let you know that it's there. If you want to learn just about anything, I think we've done a training at this point. We've been producing training now every week for the last, say, year and a half. So there's over 50 modules back here, guys, of all different types of training, where if you want to learn about, say, Instagram, there's training on Instagram. If you want to learn about email list building, there's training on emailing. If you want to build a brand, there's training on building a brand. There's just, there was a Q&A session they had with top leaders. There's just so much. And the great thing about this training is this is people that are active in the business, and they're sharing with you what is working today. So actually, I just noticed this. They got these buttons up here now. I don't think that was here before. So, you know, you can click on one of these and you can learn about any one of these topics. You can learn about Facebook, videos, traffic, branding, emailing, solo ads, Instagram, blogging, and Twitter. So one of the things, and again, I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but one of the things we teach is when you're first getting started and you start, when you've gone through your steps and you're ready to start promoting your business, you want to use two different methods. You want one free method and one paid method. So you can kind of go through here and learn about, and you're going to go through it in your steps. They're going to touch on different traffic techniques. What I would do is there's going to be one or two of them that are probably going to resonate with you. Figure out which ones resonate with you and dive into that training, and don't dive into something else. So if you decide it's Facebook, ignore the Instagram training, ignore the Twitter training, ignore the blog training. Just focus on that one Facebook training until you master that and you're bringing in consistent leads into your business every day. And then once that's happening, you maybe say, you know what? I want to learn more about Instagram. Then do Instagram. Don't try to do them all at once. Don't try to master them all, because you know what they say? If you try to master them all, right? You're a jack of all trades, but you're the master of none. But you want to master one of them, one free method. So pick one and go through all the training in the back office on that particular. So if I click on Facebook, I mean, I can't imagine how many modules are in here. You can see there's 3 pages of training just on Facebook alone. So tremendous resource, guys, in the back office. I'm gonna leave it at that. I just want to let you know this is here. I wouldn't go to this until you're done with all 18 steps with your coach. All right. So focus on what the coach is giving you, and then when you're done, just know that this training is available to you in the back office. All right. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and turn it back over to Sean.
Awesome stuff, Chris. Appreciate you kind of doing the walkthrough. Everybody kind of needs to see that and really understand the first priority of what they need to do when they get started, and kind of move up the different steps. So with that, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to, once you really want to start making money with this, how you're going to do it. It all starts with a lead, and how to nurture that lead through different steps. So we're going to talk about that. I'm actually going to share my screen. Got to go back to the Digital Altitude site for just a moment, and then we'll talk about how we're going to attempt to do that. So let me just go ahead and share my screen here. I think this is the one. Let me know when you can see my screen. Awesome, awesome. All right. So I've got you on the Digital Altitude my ad links, just to kind of give you a quick refresher of what we want to do to start promoting your business. This could be your first day. This could be, 6 months in, 1 year in. We all have to do the same thing. Every one of us has to promote Digital Altitude so that we can start to see commissions and we can move up to different packages and things like that we have. So as you can see here, Digital Altitude gives you, actually we have a brand new, what we call a sales funnel here for Anchor, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna start utilizing that one. But you've got 9 of them here, as you can see, anywhere from Michael Forces to Anchors to Alex, Paulo, Kiara, and you've got like 4 others that Digital Altitude offers. So I want to focus on just the funnels and then how we're going to follow up with leads once we can introduce leads to Digital Altitude, and I'm going to show you how that works. So I suggest you spend some time looking at, there's I believe 4 critical parts to a sales funnel. And as you can see, the first part is something called the capture page. And we offer a couple different versions of a capture page. I'm going to just use Anchor's new funnel just to kind of give you that example. So you can see how we have a link already prepared for you with your ID already embedded in the link itself. It's really as simple as copying this and promoting it either through Facebook, social media, Twitter, and some other options. Do what we call paid advertising. There's a whole bunch of different ways, and as you go through the steps, you'll see, working with your coach, they'll be able to kind of guide you through, what you're going to need to know in order to promote the entire program. So this is the capture page. So this is really the page how everybody's came into Digital Altitude. You're literally putting your either first name and an email address, or just an email address, however it's set up. As you can see here, every capture page is a little bit different, but this one offers a $1 offer, and then we do have a $37 offer that you can upfront with your capture page. So this is a place where the lead would opt in. I'm going to go over the characteristics of that in just a moment. I want to kind of give you just a place to show you where these links are located so you can promote them to people. So when you promote any one of these 2 links on this capture page, all these other links are going to follow them in order. So it's all really done for you. That's what's so nice about Digital Altitude is they literally have it really pretty much a turnkey for you, so that when you're first starting out, you may not know very much about internet marketing and all the different things you need to know to work your business. We're really trying to give you a leg up and give you that information up front. So that's your capture page. It's really up to you if you want to use either one of these. I think first starting off, a lot of people are just using the $1 offer, which is perfectly fine. It gives people, I believe, 14 days to try it out. And then after that, if they like what they see, then they can upgrade, that type of thing. So the capture page, and then once someone puts in the information for the capture page, it leads them over to one of the links. And the links really is, actually, there's a few capture pages that we have, but I'm just going to jump over to the page 2, which is the affiliate link, which actually is the sales video. And the sales video is going to allow them to see what Digital Altitude is all about. Provide some proof, provide some testimonials, things like that allow people to see that you're not alone. There's other people out there that, maybe you're working a full-time job or a part-time job, and you're just looking for a way to make money online. You've heard about it so many times, but you don't know how to do it. That's the beauty of Digital Altitude, because they literally help you, understand how it works and how you can, move along in the process. So that's what basically happens. So you have the capture page, and the capture page, once they put their email in and their name, however it's set up, it takes someone over to the capture page 2, or I'm sorry, that is the capture page. So we need to kind of move down. I'm so sorry. We have 4 capture pages. I didn't realize that. You can see they're actually a little bit different. One has like a video look, and others just have, just some information. They want to know how you found out about this, and then most of the time it's just going to be they're going to put in their email. So 4 capture pages that you have, that Digital Altitude gives you. And then once they go through that process, they can go to what's called the sales page. And the sales page is actually the video that talks about what the program is, testimonials, things like that. If they like what they see, they can opt in to go to an order page. And the order page is really where they would put in their information, because yes, I really want to try this out. They do have a 14-day, so that allows them to kind of get a peek behind the curtain and see if this is for them. That's all about. And then there's also a thank you page that helps them understand the process. So with that, I'm gonna change this up and move this over to, hold on just a moment here. Yeah, I'm gonna show you Aweber. So I'm in Aweber right now. So why am I showing you something called Aweber? Aweber is an autoresponder. It's one of many that you can choose. I happen to have Aweber. There's GetResponse. There's Send. I think there's other types of. I only use either GetResponse or Aweber in the past, so I'm using Aweber now. So as you can see, I have many lists that we can utilize. I'm going to go into that now, and it goes on and on and on. So you can literally create lists, but I'm going to go over one of the lists. We'll pick one here, one I called DA Apex, and I'm going to go to the home here on that. So what this is about, so basically when you, and I'm going to show you the last step of this, which is connecting your Aweber autoresponder within Digital Altitude, because that's going to be the next piece of this. So we've given you all of the different links that you need. Now, how do we connect that to autoresponder? So this is an autoresponder. What this is all about basically is it connects to, well, for the purposes of using Digital Altitude, I'm gonna show you how this is set up. So you basically can create a new list, and once you create the new list, I'm gonna see if I can kind of walk this through a little bit here. I'll just open up a new list, that way it'll make everybody happy. Okay. So I'm creating a new list. So if you subscribe to Aweber, I think it's, depending on how many people that have come into your funnel, it lets me do this, okay. You can name your company, it can just be your name. I have my name as my company website, but this is walking you through setting up a list, and you're gonna wanna connect that because you want, so when people opt into your initial page, you wanna have them captured so that you can message back to them and follow up with them at a later date. And this is what you need. You need this autoresponder to do that. So let's create a new list real quickly together. Let's see, I just want to make sure that we've got enough time to go through all this, but I'm just going to show you what you need to do that. So I'm going to keep all my same information here. It's just asking you to put in your company name, your company website. You can just put any email here website that you have. You don't have to worry about it if you don't have a company. You can use an address that you can set up with the program, and then it just goes to the next steps. And then it'll ask you, what do you want to name your list? And I can name it Digital Altitude. If I can spell this right. Digital Altitude 1, I'll just call it that. You don't need, all you have to do here is just briefly describe the emails the subscribers are going to receive. So your subscribers are going to receive training, digital training, okay. Information, okay. Just going to walk this through with you a little bit. And then here, this one you can basically confirm your request information, okay. Yeah, so we can set it up so that they get a confirmation right now. We offer a couple different ways through Aweber to do that. And you can just approve this for now. We can talk about other options for that piece later, but I'm just really setting up a list for you. So here I have a new list called Digital Altitude 1. It could be whatever you want it to be as far as the name goes. It really is specific, so you know what your funnel is geared toward. So, and we're using Digital Altitude. So the other piece of this you want to set up is going to be for follow-up campaigns. Let me see if I can get that. So when we do follow-up messages, I'm just going to go through this and then I'll cover the subscriptions in just a moment. Yeah, so that's really just, hold on a moment, I'm kind of going a little too far. Let's see, follow-ups. I don't know if it's going to let me do that. Okay, campaigns, okay. So we do have what's called campaign sharing. I'm just trying to get to this for you because we have, you can actually set up follow-up messages for people once they opt into your list, and then you can send them out a specific broadcast, or you can have them go into what we call a campaign, so that it can send out 20 different messages, you know, every other day, every day, however you want to set that up. And I just wanted you to know that that is certainly an option. And you basically have a code that you can put in here. I believe we do have that as well for Digital Altitude. So I'm going to keep this going just so you know a little bit about what this is. I didn't want to get too deep into the process, but I wanted to kind of let you know what it's about as far as an autoresponder. So manage subscribers, and that's when you're going to have subscribers that come into your list. You'll be able to add people manually if you talk to them, or you can have them automatically going through the business funnel. And that's all done right there. Sign up forms. I believe we can set this up. So if you create your form, it's really just, if you have it set up with Digital Altitude, it's going to give you the option to set up a template so that you can. And I think with Digital Altitude, you may not need to have this piece, because I think that it's set up so that it's got your automatic messages that do go out. So, but this is just the I'm trying to give you the flow of what the autoresponder is looking for. So you can improve that and just go, you know, just the emails, all you really want to capture. And this really is designed for, you know, thank you. That means that once they go through the process, and, you know, the thank you page would take them to the next. There could be the URL of the next page, that type of thing. But I'm not going to walk you through that today. Maybe we'll do a step 2 of, you know, just given the time that we have, a step 2 on autoresponders for that piece. So I'm just going to save my form and then go to the next step. And then at this point, I pretty much have all the things set up, I believe, at this point. So we can just go yes and publish. And I think we're good here. Yep, so that's it. So now that's really pretty much set up. So let me give you just a moment here. So there's my Digital Altitude list, and there's no subscribers right now or anything like that. So there's one thing I got to go to, and that is here under list options. So if you can see this here, so now that we've created our list, we need to grab this unique list ID. All right, so if we grab this list ID and we copy it, we can then go back to our Spire, and bear with me here if I can grab this. Let's see here, this is autoresponder. And so what I can do is, you remember we had 9 different sales funnels. Well, I can literally add, let's see, I'll go down to Anchor. I can add this last new one here, and I'm using Aweber. So I can just click on Aweber, and then I can enter that ID right in there and hit save. Isn't that cool? So now what's going to happen is this is actually going to talk you through the process I just kind of did, signed up for Aweber. I took that unique list ID and I added it here and I hit save. And then load your Anchor Spotlight Aweber list with our pre-written emails. So that's what we just talked about. These basically goes through the whole process of under messages, there's something called follow-up series, and it'll probably say legacy follow-up series under the message tab. And you can take this code right here, copy it, and then I believe we can go back to the, yeah, I can copy that, go back to my messages here under this list, legacy follow-up. Hopefully it'll take me there. And then we can go to campaign sharing. And then we're going to put that code right in here. And we're going to hit paste. And then we're going to hit load campaign. And what this is going to do, it's going to connect, it's going to actually add all of these automatic messages. And you're probably going to have to go in and tailor them to yourself. But we do set up all of these. They're just basically emails that someone will get on a rotating basis, just as an automatic messaging system that'll help communicate with your new lead so that they know that things are going on and you're basically updating. So it takes a few minutes for this to load. And once that's done, you'll notice when this pops up that it'll have all of these different broadcasts that go out to a brand new lead on a rotating basis. I believe there's definitely over 10. So let's see if that did that. Hit save. Usually it shows up, so I don't know if I did that right. All right, so it shows campaigns. Yeah, it's still thinking, I think, on that one. But I'll try to show you what it's like on a couple others so that you have an idea. So I have this one here. I can probably have an autoresponder on. So this is what it looks like. So once you load that campaign in, you'll see that there's each one of these is a broadcast email that goes out, and you can see that it goes out at certain times. This is sent after day 1, and then after that day it goes again. So it's basically setting them out. You can set it up so you can send out once a day or once every other day, whatever you want it to be. But each one of these is its own message, and it really helps you because it follows up for you. That's what that's all about. That's what an autoresponder is actually meant to do. So if you go into one of these, you'll see that these are one of the messages that they're getting on an automatic basis. So let's see what this one looks like here. And there's your message there. So what I'd recommend, though, as you can see, it just says signature. That means that I need to still set up the signature in my autoresponder on that list so that it shows up properly. Also, you can tailor this to yourself. You can put your picture down here on all of these. I recommend that you go through each and every one of these messages so that it comes from you. You also need to make sure that all of these are highlighted and they have your link in here, because as you can see, it may be something else. It may be something else. So you want to make sure that these links are providing the same information as you go back to, you could go back to, let's see here, marketing, add links. And you'll see right here, you can basically make sure that you can use this link, so it'll basically, well, actually you'd want to use, if they're already in the system, you want to use the sales page. So you can see the sales page is not allowing them to have to put their email in again. It just takes them right to the sales page again. So you can pick and choose any of the sales pages from any of the ones there that you want, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stop sharing for just a moment, and I'm gonna share one last time where we have a few more minutes here. I'm just gonna give you just a quick visual that I put together so you can see that. I think that's the one. All right, so if you guys can see this, let me know if you can see this. Okay, so this essentially is the sales funnel. I just put this together so you can kind of get a visual of what this is. So the lead comes in through here, opts in by putting their email in the box, and then they're sent off to a sales letter, and you've got 9 of them to pick from. And then from there, if they like what they see and they want to go ahead with your offer, they can go to the order page and sign up with their information and their credit card. While that's happening, once they go into the opt-in page, they go through the autoresponder automatically because now you've connected it to your back office in Digital Altitude. And then the autoresponder follow-up messages was that campaign that we just set up. So that's going to help message them over and over and over. And you'll also be able to send out individual broadcasts to them at the same time. So these are some of the options that you have with an autoresponder. So I think that kind of gives you a little bit of a sense why we use them. Every marketer uses them because it helps in our process of our daily method of operation. And really, it's just, you really need to talk to people a lot of times in order for them to really see what you have as an opportunity and go forward. You know, and there's lots of different ways to promote that as on top of the autoresponder. So that's where I'll stop now with a few more minutes before the hour, kind of getting back to you guys. Let me know if you have any questions with that. I'll stop sharing. And yeah, Mark, if you want to come back on, kind of a little wrap up is great.
I'm here. All right. So, hey, you know what? One of the things that I wanted to make sure people understand, especially if they're really, really new, like new, brand new, people may not know what a lead is. So I just wanted to kind of help clarify that. So you want to get people's eyeballs on your offer for them to sign up with your business. So that's kind of what we're looking for, right? So as many eyeballs as we can get onto our website to sign up with our business. So all those people that are looking at your website that Digital Altitude provides for you, that's the capture page and the sales page that Sean just went over. When those people look and they put in their email address on that capture page, now they're a lead. So that's what a lead is. So like, and I'm the newest of the bunch here. These guys are all like 4 or 5 plus. I'm about 2 years into this. So you know, people looking or prospects, once they actually enter their email address in, then they become a lead. Then if they go on to the sales and they like what they see, they'll get the trial and now they're a new member. If they don't, let's say they put their email address in, watch the sales video, and either get halfway through it and never watch it again, that's where the autoresponder sequence actually becomes key, because now you're following up with them if they didn't become a member right away. So just kind of clarifying that one little thing, I think, for newbies. Chris, any parting words before I send us off here?
So I just want to share something a little bit exciting with you guys. While we're on this webinar or mastermind, I got a new sale.
Nice.
So, you know, while we're hitting here talking, you know, the system's doing the work for me. I didn't do anything to do this. Somebody must have got one of my
your sales funnel did it for you.
My sales funnel did it for me while we're on here sharing information with you. So that's the power of this system. You know, it works even when you're not.
Yep. So it works while you sleep. It works while you're on vacation.
While
it works while you're, I mean, it's the best thing about it. Goes back to what I started talking about in the very beginning about how, you know, all of us are still full-time, you know, in the offline world. And, you know, we have our businesses working for us while we're at work. But also we all see the value in having the sales funnel working for us when we're not working. And that's the beauty of the system. And the sales funnel that Sean just went over is the method that allows you to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year without actually having to work. That's the beauty of it. All right, so I just want to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope we provided a little bit of value. Hope we clarified some things for you that you know, we motivated and inspired you to take action. So make sure you go in your back office, make sure you click that button that says book a call with your coach. Make sure you get connected with your coach, get connected with us, become part of our community. We have a Facebook group that will get you in. When you go Rise and Above, we have a full Project Apex Rise and Above Skype group where you can get tons and tons of help and answers. So lots of resources available to you. We have a really close-knit group. We're more like a family. And the beautiful thing about Digital Altitude, this business that is different than many other areas of online marketing or affiliate marketing, is that you are never alone. You are not alone in this. We as your sponsors are here for you. Your coaches are here for you. Project Apex, the overall team, is here for you. And Digital Altitude is here for you. So you've got tons of resources available to you, and you never have to do this alone. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week, next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care. Thanks so much.
Hey, before you go, Mark.
Yeah.
So guys, if you have any questions that you want us to answer next week, get a hold of one of us or post something on the Facebook group, because we'd love to target this or cater this specifically to something that maybe you're struggling with or you need us to explain a little bit better. We'd be more than happy to dive deep on a particular topic if there's something that you want to learn. So feel free to reach out to any of us and let us know that you want to learn something that maybe we didn't cover tonight, or maybe we didn't go deep enough for you. So,
absolutely. That's a great point. All right. We'll see you guys next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Take care and have a great week.
Thanks, everybody.